let's make a donut lid for our stitch marker jar. Hi, I am Anna from Freaky for Yarn, and if you said yes, grab some yarn and a hook and let's get into this. So in my last video I showed you my stitch marker jar that I made this crochet lid for with a little hole in the middle. And I love it because I can do this, and then anytime I find them around the house, which is often, I can just pop them in really nice and easy. And I don't know, I just think it looks cute and it's very practical. However, this lid is a little bit stretched out, so I'm gonna redo it, and I thought it would be an interesting YouTube video. So that's what we're gonna do today. Okay, so to make our donut lid, we will need worsted weight yarn. I'm using recycled cotton, a stitch marker for the first stitch so we don't lose track, and a hook. I'm using a 3mm because I want the stitches to be really tight. Usually for this I would use a 4 or a 5, but because I want it really tight and sturdy, 3mm will be the one. So yeah, that's what we need. Let's get into it. Okay, so to start our project, we will start with a slip knot. So I just hold the yarn like this over my hand, under this finger, hold it with my thumb, and then I just put the hook on top. I make a loop like this, then I hold it there, yarn over, and pull through that loop, and our slip knot is made. Then we will make 14 chains. 1, 2,
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
And then we will close our loop in the very first chain we made. So we just insert our hook there, doesn't matter which loop, and then we go like this and pull through. I like to keep this yarn end to this side to make it neater as possible when we are closing the loop. And then our first stitch is going to be a single crochet, so chain 1 without turning, single crochet 1, place your stitch marker there so you don't lose your first stitch. Then we do a half double crochet like so, and then we make 22 double crochets.
1, 2,
and I'll come back when I have my 24 double crochets done. Okay, I'm back because I have little space to do. I'm back because I've made 14 in total stitches, and I've decided I'm gonna start weaving in this end. So I'm basically just going to do the double crochets, integrating the yarn end there. I think this will make it a little bit easier at the end to weave in and to close the gap that happens right here. Last 4 stitches.
1, 2, and 3, and 4.
Let's double check I have all the stitches.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22.
23 and 24. I always get a little bit nervous when I'm crocheting on camera, and I feel like I do all of this like, oh my god. Okay. And 24. Our 24 stitches are done, and now I like to take out my hook,
Clean up my desk.
and then I like to move them around because we want to make this as seamless as possible. So yeah, now I put my hook back in, and for the next row we will start where the stitch marker is. We don't turn, and we'll just do 2 double crochets per each row. So yarn over and go straight in there. 1 and 2. And now you take the stitch marker and put it in the first stitch, this one here. And then you do 2 double crochets per each stitch all the way around, and I'll be back once I have these round all finished up. I've done all of my increases, and you can see it's a little bit wobbly, but it's okay because once we get our jar and we put our lid over it, it will stretch. And as you can see, mine is a little bit smaller than the actual jar, which I think it's fine because we want it to stretch a little bit. So now we are going to make 2 rows, just 1 stitch per stitch, no increases. So let's take our stitch marker off and do 1 double crochet in that very first stitch and put our stitch marker back on, and then 1 stitch per each stitch of the round before, without turning, just working, always facing the right side of the fabric. So all the way around up to here, and I'll meet you when I'm here. 2 rows, okay? So I will do 1 and then 2, and I'll be back then. Okay, I'm done with the 2 rows of 1 double crochet per each stitch, and it's looking a little bit wobbly, but it's okay. Let's make a fit check to see if it actually works. Let's see. Yeah, I much prefer this. I think it looks a lot neater. However, I still want to make a single crochet row with a few decreases to tighten this up and, you know, stretch out and make it really nice and tight. And I'm thinking, should I do a little bit of a frill to make it look cute? Or like simple is better? I'm not sure. Let's do the decreases and then figure that out. Okay, so to do the decreases, I actually like to start by leveling out this beginning here. So we are going to take our stitch marker out, and first we will do a half double crochet, like so, and then you can put your stitch marker back on, and then we do a single crochet, and this should make it level, so it's the same width both sides. And now we can start our decreases. So I like to do what I believe is a amigurumi decrease, where your hook goes inside the loop that is facing you. I would call this the front loop, and then without yarning over, you go into the second loop. So now you have 2 loops here, and then you yarn over, pull through both loops, which as you can see can be a little bit tricky. So then you have 2 loops in your hook, and then you finish your single crochet. So you single crochet 2 stitches together, and it's very minimal how you can see it. Obviously what it is, it doesn't really matter, but since I learned how to do this, I always do it because I just think it looks better. Anyway, then we do 2 single crochets as normal, and then we decrease again. So front loop, yarn over, pull through both, and finish your single crochet. And we will do this all the way around. So 2 stitches and then a decrease. So you single crochet 1, 2, and then 2 together. Cool? Okay, I'll be back once I'm done with that. Okay, so I've made all of my decreases all the way around up to here, and now I made my final decrease, and now I need to single crochet there, like so. Take my stitch marker out, and then I like to slip stitch, and then I cut the yarn and I weave in my ends. But before I do that, let's do a feet check. Stitch marker jar here. This can be a little bit, oh yes, it feels nice and snug. I've tried to make a little wavy frill, but personally I don't think this is too cutesy for my style. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. I don't know, I think I like it better just nice and simple. However, if you want to do this, you just start with a single crochet, and then you are going to skip one stitch, and in this stitch you grab only the front loop and you're going to make 5 double crochets. And then you skip one stitch and you make a single crochet or a slip stitch, whatever you prefer. And basically you repeat that all the way around. So skip one, 5 double crochets, skip one, single crochet one. And that's it, you do it all the way around. I'm gonna undo mine because it's just not really my style. Please don't be mad at me. Okay, I've cut the yarn, so I'm just going to weave it in. I like to do it this way, where I'm actually gonna undo here.
And just pull it through there, and then we get our needle. Sorry, I'm being so slow.
And basically we go over like this, so we try and replicate this stitch here. You don't need to be this strict, you can just, and then we go inside. And then you pull it through, and it's still noticeable, but less noticeable, and from the top it's not noticeable at all. And then I'm just going to go into these stitches here.
And I think I'm gonna go on these ones because the single crochets are quite tight. And there is no real rule for this. You just go whatever you can. It doesn't really matter. And I think this is good enough, so I'll just cut the yarn here. But before I do, let me just tidy up here because I'm not vibing with this here. So I just wanted to make it a little bit tidier. So we can hide that thing over there. Once I put it on, I will try and make it even better. But for now, let's just weave in here. So I put the needle first. This is what I do when the yarn tail is quite small. Needle first. And then we try the best we can. And then we pull up like that. And I think this is good enough, so I'll just get it there. So let's see how this looks now. It's a little bit better, but I feel like I can still improve it. But let's try it on our jar. Because I can hide, maybe I don't even need to cut them. Oh yeah, this looks way better than the other one. At least for me. Let me just put this over there, like so. Pop this one out.
And there you go. I think this way the seam is as less visible as possible. Obviously it's a seam, you will always see it if you know. I think people that don't crochet wouldn't notice, but we do. And this is it, our little jar of stitch markers is done. And you know, I think this is so handy. So I know the jar that you saw in the intro is different from the one in the video because basically I'm currently at my sister's and the jar broke. It was my fault. I put it out in front of the kids and one of them picked it up and broke it. But I would prefer this to be a little bit more fitted, and if you're doing a different jar, I also think this could be helpful because I can show you how to customize it. So currently this is as we've done in the video, and then I did a few more decreases here to fit the jar better, but I want to undo one of the rows and then do the decreases so it's actually fitted and not looking like a little mushroom. So first thing we need to do is to undo our last stitch, place a marker there. So I'll put it in this stitch here so I know this will be the last one. And then we need to undo this thing, which can be a little bit tricky. And now let's undo this row up to the first stitch, and let's undo the first stitch marker there. And just like we did before, we are going to make a half double crochet followed by a single crochet. Oh, stitch marker in that last stitch before I forget. And now what we are going to do is, instead of being 2 single crochets, 1 decrease, it's 1 single crochet, 1 decrease all the way around. When I'm done, I'll be back and let's hope it fits better. Let's make our last decrease. There you go. Let's see if this now fits a little bit better. Okay, so this is all done, and now of course the cats want to... I cannot see what I'm doing, boss. Now it fits way better. I'm very happy with this. So now, boss, 1 second, let boss walk away. Now I'm going to fasten off like we did in the video, and then cut the excess yarn. And I wanted to show you this to show you how it is easy to customize it. And as always, all of my patterns are on Etsy and Ravelry. I hope you really enjoyed it, and I see you on the next one. Bye! So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Let me know if this is something you like, because if I have other ideas, I will definitely show you. And yeah, hope you enjoyed it. Bye!